Hey guys, what's going on? Professor here, and today I'm coming at you with a kind of discussion style video. I hope you guys are enjoying your May the 4th and everything that's going on with that. And as you can see on your screen right now, basically what today is going to be about is I'm going to be discussing, is May the 4th bad? Not the holiday itself. I love that Star Wars fans have kind of created this into a thing, but the LEGO Star Wars promotions that have coincided with this since actually 2009. Most people remember it back to 2011, but there were some dating back to all the way to 2009. And so, as May the 4th has approached, and now today being May the 4th, I kind of went back through and checked out some of the things, or checked out all the promos that LEGO had done, and just kind of mentally thought about my opinions on each one and realized that there really aren't too many good ones. And so I just kind of wanted to make this video discussing my opinions and everything that's been released so far, and just to see how you guys think about it as well. And is May the 4th ever going to be good again? Has it really ever been good? So yeah, and that's what's going to be going on today. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into it with, like I said, the first year that they released anything, which was 2009. Which was this poster. If you spent $75, just like it is today, you would get this poster, which is very difficult to see. I apologize for the resolution. But it basically contains, I don't think it's all the LEGO minifigures, but almost all the LEGO Star Wars minifigures that had been released up to the point that it was released. You can see there in the bottom right the 10th anniversary logo, that Darth Vader right there. This was released to kind of coincide with that, obviously being 2009 and the 10th anniversary. So this was a nice little thing. Obviously not great, spending $75 on LEGO just to kind of get a poster. Nowadays you can get away with like $35, $40 to get a poster or something like that. But, I mean, this is a pretty cool poster, just kind of going over some of the minifigures. You can see the names on there. This was a pretty cool idea, but definitely not one of the best ones. But the first year they did anything for May the 4th, I guess probably just kind of gauging what they were going to try and do in the future. So 2009, alright, not great, but a nice little poster to go along with something you may be purchasing at that time. Moving on to 2010 now, they changed it up a little bit. This is probably by far one of the worst promos. Once again, spend $75, and all you get is this sticker sheet, which is alright, I guess, if you're a kid and you like stickers, but for any other person, sticker sheet really isn't that cool to collect. The only other thing that you got for spending $75 was you got your name entered to potentially win this bronze Boba Fett, which, I mean, super cool, only 2 in existence, you could have gotten one, but except for the person who actually won this thing, I'm sure nobody else cared about this promo, because like I said, I mean, you get a sticker sheet, and that's basically it. You spend $75, you get whatever LEGO, you get a sticker sheet, and you have a 1 in however many people entered this thing chance to get this bronze Boba Fett, which, super cool, but not something that really appeals to everybody. And so then, now moving on to 2011, LEGO finally started the, I guess you could say, modern May the 4th, what most people remember as the beginning of May the 4th, and that is the first year that they released a minifigure, and that was the Shadow ARF Trooper. And this, in my opinion, is definitely one of the top 2 that they released. The first year they did this, they leapt out with a bang. And before I keep going on, I'll kind of give you my idea of what I think a good May the 4th minifigure is. Good May the 4th minifigure is something that definitely people want to see, not just some random minifigure that you come out of the blue with, but a minifigure that you're probably not going to release in another set. If you plan on releasing a minifigure in a set, there's no point in making this exclusive minifigure, because then obviously people buy this and then it's like, well, it's not exclusive anymore. What was the point of spending $70 to get this thing? So this is probably something that LEGO was never planning on releasing in a set. I honestly don't even know where this guy would appear to be able to put him into a set. So it was a super cool idea to do something like this, just this really cool minifigure that you probably would never have seen otherwise, that, hey, you're probably already interested in LEGO Star Wars if this is something you want. Come on, spend some money, and then you get this to go in with it, which is absolutely amazing. Like I said, definitely one of my favorites. And so they did a really, really good job here. You can see him, the actual minifigure there on the right, and then the packaging. On the left, the helmet mold is very nice, the printing also very nice, and then comes with the blaster, obviously. But yeah, very good first minifigure here in 2011. Let's see how they did in 2012. So here we have 2012, which is the Chrome TC-14. And now this actually isn't terrible. Like I said, a minifigure that's not going to be released in a set, and I actually do agree that this does fit that description. I honestly don't think that TC-14 would have appeared in any other set. They released that like Republic Cruiser back in 2007 or something, from the Phantom Menace when the Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn landed on the trade blockade over Naboo, and this is the only place that TC-14 shows up, so I don't really know what other set you would have made to include this in. Pretty cool, chrome minifigure, once again, $75. Maybe it's kind of in the middle. I would say this is a good one. I wouldn't say it's great like the ARF Trooper and some of the ones to come, but it's definitely not near the bottom. This is a relatively good. The printing is nice. Like I said, obviously chrome, so it's something that you probably would have been interested in. Once again, just like the ARF Trooper, you're like, hey, this is something that is pretty cool and I wouldn't get anywhere else. Let's go get it. So 2012, it's passable. It's not bad. Now 2013 here, with the Han Solo Hoth, is where it starts to go downhill. As you can see, I've included two pictures of minifigures here. Both are Han Solo Hoth minifigures. Only one of them is included in this set, and that's the one on the left. You can see here that there is almost no difference between the two. The chest printing looks exactly the same, maybe slightly different. And then the leg printing for the May the 4th one on the left might be a little bit darker, but otherwise the chest and the leg printing is basically the same. The only real difference is the fact that you have a different face print. You have like the kind of concerned face or whatever, and then you have his face covered with the goggles on it. The hood piece, I think, is a little different. So, I mean, but I'm pretty sure that hood piece has been released in other sets before, so it's not an exclusive piece there. So this Han Solo minifigure is not great because, like I said, exclusive or not going to be released in a set. Well, they basically released this Han Solo minifigure in a set already. So this is not something that I'd be like, oh yes, I gotta get my hands on this, because I could basically get something very similar. So unless I'm like a hardcore fan, there's no reason for me to spend $75 to pick up this minifigure when I could just go buy the set that he's in and just not have to worry about it. So like I said, not very good right here, 2013. The beginning of the end, in my opinion, for May the 4th. They had two pretty good years to start off with the ARF Trooper and TC-14, but this is definitely one of the worst. Moving on to 2014, we go back up a little bit. Like I said, it was the beginning of the end in 2013, but then it shot up real fast here with Darth Revan. Darth Revan, just like the ARF Trooper, is 1 and 2 for me. Those two are definitely my top two in terms of May the 4th promos. This is an absolutely amazing minifigure. LEGO had released some Old Republic sets, or in the past. I'm pretty sure it was like 2012, 2011, I don't entirely remember, but Darth Revan did not appear in any of those Old Republic sets, so probably wouldn't have appeared in anything in a set in the future. LEGO hasn't released any Old Republic sets since then, and I don't really think they have any reason to. I mean, maybe they revisit some things. It would be cool, but I don't think LEGO was ever like planning to do anything else with the Old Republic. So having them release this Darth Revan minifigure is really great, because for those who are interested in the Old Republic, this is probably one of their favorite figures. This is a character that a ton of people absolutely love, and the printing all over him is absolutely amazing. I love the cape, the lightsaber. This is definitely one of the best May the 4th promos, just hands down. Something that a lot of people were really into, something super exclusive that definitely would not have shown up anywhere else, and that's what made this one so sought after. So 2013, we took a dip with Han Solo. 2014, back on the uptick with Darth Revan. Can we continue this momentum into 2015? And it's not bad. You got Admiral Yularen here. So this is the Rebels version of Admiral Yularen. He appeared in both Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars TV show. This is when he's older and working for the Empire here. This is definitely a minifigure that continues to fit my description of not fitting into a set, or going to be released in a set, in my opinion. This is the only Admiral Yularen we've gotten. We haven't gotten the young version. This is the only old version we've gotten. Unfortunately, no leg printing, and the chest printing is very basic, just kind of showing some Empire officer garb there. Looks very similar to something like Thrawn might wear or something. But overall, not terrible. I'd kind of put this in the TC-14 category, where it's not great, but it's probably not something we'd ever see in a set, and something that, hey, this is a minifigure that I've never seen before. Let me go pick it up. So not bad here. Maybe a little bit of a dip from Darth Revan, just like there was a dip with TC-14 from the Shadow ARF Trooper, but not nearly as bad as the Han Solo, which is, up to this point, standing out as the worst May the 4th promo up to this point. This is definitely not nearly as bad as that. So, I honestly, if we remained at this Admiral Yularen level of May the 4th promos, I'd be completely fine. I don't need a super amazing thing every year. Obviously, that would be great, but I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting something like this every year, just something that, hey, this is something that people might be interested in. So 2015, not bad with Admiral Yularen. We move on to 2016 now, and this is where, at this point, we do not start going back up the hill. It is only down from here. Although this may be the worst May the 4th promo, in my opinion. Just like Han Solo, we have two pictures of two different minifigures here. Based on the packaging, you can probably tell which one is the May the 4th promo. And it's really disappointing that the only difference between the May the 4th minifigure and a regular minifigure you can buy in a battle pack. The other minifigure shown here, is included in a battle pack, so $15, is two black armaments or whatever that's printed on the chest of this minifigure. The only good thing about this May the 4th promo is that you only had to spend $50 to get this guy. I don't know if LEGO knew that people weren't going to want to buy it or what, but they decreased the minimum price that you had to pay to be able to get this one. It's only $50, unlike the previous ones, which were all $75. But in my opinion, that is still not worth it. This is absolutely terrible. It is disappointing. And like I said, I mean, this one might be the worst, so I guess technically we'll be going up from here, but after Admiral Yularen in 2015, nothing ever gets back up to that level, in my opinion, which is really unfortunate that LEGO just can't seem to get their footing back. And it started here with 2016 with this super disappointing First Order Stormtrooper, and maybe the disappointing sales from this one, they were like, hey, people don't want minifigures anymore, which I don't know why they would think that, because it wasn't that we don't want minifigures, we just didn't want basically a repeat minifigure with slightly different printing. We want a unique original minifigure that has never been released before. So moving on to 2017, we scrap the minifigure idea and we start going on to these, what I'm going to call advent calendar builds, because that's basically what they are. They're slightly larger advent calendar builds. This first one is R2-D2 in 2017. This one, I believe, was also only $50 to get, but still, that doesn't make up for the fact that this is just not good. I can get an R2-D2 minifigure in basically every single set LEGO releases. I feel like it's the most common LEGO minifigure ever released. And like I said, you're opening, alright, December 3rd, let me open my advent calendar. Oh, yes, I get a brick-built R2-D2. I mean, that's basically what this is. Not that it looks bad, but I don't think anybody was like, oh, yes, I can't wait to get my brick-built R2-D2. Like, that's just not something that people are really into. I don't need to be able to have a brick-built R2-D2. I already have 34 R2-D2 minifigures sitting around in my house that I get in basically every set I buy. This is just not something that I was interested in. I don't think a lot of other people were interested in it. But LEGO continued on with it. In 2018, they released a BB-8 version, which, once again, basically just an advent calendar build. It's very similar style, very similar size. It can't roll, obviously, because of all the things that are sticking out of it, which is unfortunate. So it's not like it has functionality or anything. Once again, very disappointing. So ever since Admiral Yularen in 2015, we just haven't been able to get back up to that. And unfortunately, LEGO has not released a minifigure since the First Order Stormtrooper, which was absolutely terrible. So after 2 years of R2-D2 and BB-8 in this kind of advent calendar style build, LEGO decides to go in yet another new direction for May the 4th, and for the 20th anniversary year, they released this kind of Battle on Hoth diorama style set, which was an interesting idea. This is not something that I'm opposed to. I definitely prefer this to the R2-D2 and BB-8 advent calendar style builds, but obviously minifigure is definitely top priority. As you can see here, this is the kind of little Battle on Hoth. You have the shield generator, you have some snow speeders. The AT-AT does look a little bit wonky, and the building technique to build this was definitely something we'd never seen in LEGO Star Wars. And I definitely liked that they built it like this, so it looked smooth, kind of like snow, as opposed to with the studs sticking out. I definitely think that would have looked bad, so I definitely prefer that they build it like this, as opposed to, like, flat. But I feel like this is something that if LEGO really wanted to release sets like this, honestly, I would buy this for $25, maybe pushing it, but around $20. LEGO wants to release these little mini dioramas, I'd be happy to buy these for like $20, but I definitely would like to see a little bit more variety, as I'll get into for the 2020 version. So far, all we've gotten is original trilogy versions. I'd love to see some other things, like maybe a Kashyyyk one, a Geonosis. Like, I want to see some prequel stuff. I'd love to see some sequel stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of other venues that I would love to see in this style. I definitely think this is an interesting style of build that LEGO could improve upon and change and make really cool. But so far, it's just been lacking, in my opinion. My favorite one was the Endor one for Triple Force Friday last year. I really did like that with all the trees sticking out. I thought it looked very nice. But the Hoth definitely left a little bit more to be desired. An improvement upon the R2-D2 and BB-8 builds, but still not as good as the minifigures. And then 2020, obviously this year going on right now, we have the Death Star 2 battle one, which is very similar to the Hoth and the Endor. I do like all the design that's on it to kind of show that it looks like the Death Star, but it is kind of difficult to discern what it is if you're not told the name of the set, and if you don't remember this exact scene from the Return of the Jedi 6 movie. And the builds on it are alright. Initially, I thought they were pretty good. The A-Wing I still think is relatively okay. I mean, obviously they had to scale it down quite a lot, which makes it difficult, but the TIE Interceptor does look a little bit rough. Overall, though, this one isn't terrible. The design on it looks pretty nice, but very similar to Hoth. It just still leaves a little bit more to be desired, and makes you wonder if LEGO had been doing minifigures these past years, what would we have gotten? Could it have been something really cool? I mean, for so long, fans have been asking for things like Phase 2 Cody, Galactic Marine, just anything that, I mean, LEGO hasn't released yet that would be so desirable, and I'm sure people would spend $150 so they could get two of that. Like, I mean, there are tons of minifigures that people would buy, probably even multiples of, if they did them as May the 4th promos, and it's just unfortunate that we haven't been able to get something as good as even Admiral Yularen or TC-14 in such a long time. Yeah, but guys, that's pretty much it for this one. It's unfortunate that May the 4th has gone down this path. It's probably not going to get much better. Hopefully LEGO can listen to the fans. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty obvious that most people want minifigures. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. As always, if you did enjoy, don't forget to go down there and hit that like button. And if you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.